G'day guys, this is Omega back with another video. Hey, I've got a radio excerpt here. Julian Assange has re-emerged and has definitively smashed the idea that Russians hacked the election. On top of that, he has spoken about the very, very weak connections that they're making, and a conspiracy basically by the American government or members of the American government and the Democrats to actually try and usurp the Donald Trump presidency by influencing the Electoral College before Trump is able to take the presidency. So I brought this to you guys. Just have a listen and enjoy. Thanks.
Intelligence contradicts that, in fact, the Russians tried to influence the elections and this hacked information came from them, and you're saying that is outright false. That's a falsehood.
Our source is not the Russian government.
So, in other words, let me be clear. Russia did not give you the Podesta documents or anything from the DNC.
That's correct.
Can you confirm whether or not you have information involving hacked info from the RNC?
We received about 3 pages of information to do with the RNC and Trump, but it was already public somewhere else.
Okay, so in other words, there was nothing significant. There was nothing comparable to what happened. So what Reince Priebus said on NBC to Chuck Todd this weekend was true, and NBC had it wrong.
Well, as far as we're aware of.
As far as you're aware of.
Yeah.
Now, the CIA supposedly says the Russians definitely tried to influence the U.S. election. What is your thoughts on that?
I think it's very interesting. The key quote for us is from James Clapper on the 17th of November. James Clapper is the head of the DNI. He's the Director of National Intelligence, who oversees all 17 U.S. intelligence agencies. And so his statement is, as far as the WikiLeaks connection, this is made to the House Intelligence Committee, as far as the WikiLeaks connection, the evidence is not strong, and we don't have a good insight into the sequencing of the releases or when the data may have been provided. We don't have good insight into that. So
let me, for the sake of our audience, Julian, let me play the exact quote. This is James Clapper, the Director of National Intelligence, saying exactly what you did, that in fact the Russian government, well, to what he exactly said, that in fact he was very, very clear in saying that WikiLeaks connection with Russian hacking is not strong. Why?
As far as the WikiLeaks connection, the evidence there is not as strong, and we don't have good insight into the sequencing of the releases or when the data may have been provided. We don't have as good insight into that.
So that confirms exactly what you're saying.
There's a deliberate attempt this week to conflate a whole lot of different issues together. It seems to be as a desire, an extremely dangerous and foolish desire, to flip members of the U.S. Electoral College around into getting up John Kasich or Hillary Clinton on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
It's foolish because it won't happen. It's dangerous because the argument that it should happen can be used in 4 years' time or 8 years' time for a sitting government that doesn't want to hand over power. And that's a very dangerous thing.
So there it is, guys. It doesn't get much more definitive than that. A conspiracy by the cronies in the left to try and manipulate the public. Now, the media have got a lot to answer for all the crap they've been printing over the last week. Absolutely uncredible, absolute deception. We knew it all along. We're not stupid. But they really do need to answer for this, be held accountable for it. Once this has run its course and been completely validated, these media hacks need to be held to account. Barack Obama needs to be held to account for this manipulation. This is Omega, and I'm signing out. I'll be back soon with another video. Cheers.